Alrighty. So good evening and welcome to our Tuesday night training call. My name, for those of you who don't know me, is Lisa Sauer. I am Pro 5 based on the Sunshine Coast of Australia. Absolutely looking forward to tonight's call, guys. So tonight we're going to talk about developing leaders in your team. This is crucial. This is a crucial skill for us to develop, and it's really important for us to be able to identify people that we want to develop leadership skills in as well. So moving along, so how do we identify and develop leaders in our teams, and why is that important? So as our teams grow, it becomes impossible for us to do everything for everybody. Not only is it impossible, but it isn't duplicable, and it will eventually slow down team growth. By learning to identify and develop in our teams the leaders that we've got, we get to empower others to step up and repeat the same process in their own growing teams, which in turn has a domino effect, and this leads to mass growth and momentum. So how do we identify leaders? Firstly, I just want to make a note and just say to you, everybody who joins this business has the potential to be a leader. Everybody who joins this business is a leader, whether they have no team members, whether they have one team member, or whether they've got hundreds of team members. But not everyone is ready to take or step into that role yet. And some team members may never be ready to step into that role, and that's okay. It's about identifying and accepting people for where they're at and working with their strengths and their capabilities. Our job as leaders is to foster belief and confidence and develop the skills in our team members so that they are able to grow with their businesses. It is not our role to take responsibility for their growth. We all know that each of these businesses is ours. The moment we join this opportunity, this is our business, and we're accountable for the action and the growth that we take. That being said, you will easily identify those members of your team who are natural born leaders, because they're the ones who are running. They're the ones who are moving forward. They're the ones who are calling you. They're asking questions. You just hear from them so much. They want to know, where did they find this? How did they do that? What video would you use for this? They're the ones that are taking action. When you identify somebody who is taking action and they're asking all those questions, you want to get them under your wing, nurture, educate, and guide them so that they duplicate this process and the business grows. Leadership is something that we live. It's something that we demonstrate. It is who we are. It is also being aware of the traits that make us good leaders, and then teaching those traits to our identified up-and-coming leaders so they naturally replicate the same behaviour, traits and beliefs. So what are leadership qualities? So leaders show people how it's done. They lead by example. I love this little picture because at the top you see a boss and he's telling people, yep, this is what you're going to do. But in the bottom of that picture, you're seeing that the leader is down there with the team going, yep, this is how we're going to do it. And I've always kept this picture really closely to my heart, because I love the feeling you get when you look at it. It's very, very clear. Leaders don't just instruct, they demonstrate. They show others how it's done. They get down on the same level and they do the work with their team, but they do not do the work for their team. So that's the difference. If you're doing the work for your team, it means you're the leader at the top here, at the front, and the rest of the team isn't behind you. They're just sitting down like the boss is at the top. There's a big difference in that. So when you've got people who are wanting to work, you are on the ground, you are hitting it running with them, and you are doing the work with them. You're not doing the work for them. That's the difference. Leaders connect with their team members. Now, I know that obviously we have, I've formed a relationship with people as they come in. but we want to deepen that connection. We want to really understand who these people are and what drives them forward. So leaders connect with their team members and they get to know them really well. This is a people business. It's a relationship business. Leaders get to know their teams and more importantly know their why, which in turn helps them to support their team members and helps them to know best how to reinvigorate them when they feel down. Network marketing is a roller coaster business, and I don't know if you've ever heard that term before, but it's absolutely true. There are the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. When you're high, you don't feel like you could ever come down, and when you're low, you don't feel like you're ever going to get back up. And that's where the team fits in to support you, because guess what? Just like a roller coaster, the down's followed by an up, just as the up is followed with a down. That's the way it rolls. Knowing your team's why helps you to help them when they're feeling down or when they're going through a difficult time. Leaders create a culture of belief. I love this. I love our culture. We have that team positive culture, but leaders create a culture of belief. And belief begins with your vision. You have to know what your vision is. It has to be laser focused and crystal clear. Know your why, know where you're going, know how you're going to get there and move forward in that direction. Belief is just so important. Belief in the product, belief in the industry, belief in ourselves. Belief is what drives action. Everyone who joins this business is a leader, as I mentioned, whether they've got one person or whether they've got hundreds. It's our role to believe in everybody before they even believe in themselves. Leaders have vision. They are so clear on why they are here. You have to help your teammates develop this vision. It's one thing for you to have it for yourself, but it's another for your teammates to have that for themselves. It starts with their why, as we mentioned, but it also involves their passions and their goals. And if we can learn how to weave into our passions the rank advancements and the steps needed to achieve our goals, then this will create and help create consistency. What we focus on grows. We're all the same. We can all achieve our goals, but we need to be clear on what our vision is so that we're moving in the direction of those goals. Leaders set realistic expectations. We know that when we talk about the industry of network marketing, that those expectations are so important to have set right. This is a 3 to 5 year business. It's a long-term business, and we never state otherwise. That's one version of expectations, but when it comes to leadership, leaders set a whole different range of expectations. Leaders set good examples of behaviour for their team, consistently participating in team calls, challenge groups, live events, webinars, and company events. I would say every single person who is on this call right now is a leader. I know that for a fact. And I know, and most of the people on this call right now know, the same people turn up every Tuesday night for the same calls, because that's what good leaders do. Leaders don't tell their team what to do. They show them what to do by their actions and their behaviours. Leaders give their team someone to follow by leading the charge. Leaders have easily duplicable systems in place. Leaders are consistent in the basics. They don't overcomplicate things. They demonstrate behaviours. And if they don't practice the basics, then why should their team? I've found quite often over the last 3 years that confusion takes paddles out of the water. People stop sharing and building their teams when they're confused. So having easy, simple, and duplicable systems and doing the same basics over and over and over again keeps people focused on moving forward. Find what works for you, keep it simple, and duplicate the behaviour to your team. It's consistency in the basics that drive this business. Leaders empower others. Give your team members a sense of responsibility right from the very beginning. This can help build their confidence. Believe in them even before they believe in themselves. Call on them early to lead calls, share their successes, and step up. Each team member has different strengths. different relatability factors to others, and this can benefit the whole team. Praise them in front of their peers and watch them rise up. I think that's got to be one of my favorite parts of this business, being able to take somebody who may be a little bit lacking in belief and confidence and being able to believe in them and seeing them rise up. I absolutely love it. Then rinse and repeat and keep doing it over and over and over again. Leadership is about caring and about people. In the end, life is about people. Never forget it. Take care of your people instead of taking care of your career. That's John C. Maxwell, No Limits. And like I said, our team positive culture is inclusive, it's empowering, it's all of those things that we just discussed. And I absolutely feel blessed to be a part of this team and a part of being involved with you guys in general. So I hope you guys have found that helpful. I would just stop screen sharing and I'll stop the recording.